New York City. It's that one place in the world where almost everyone has at least thought about making the move to the big city to chase their wildest dreams.
My name is Erik Conover, and this is a video journal of my travels around the world and bits of my daily life here in New York City. I'm gonna make this short and sweet. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, share with a friend, and for more travel videos, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on post notifications so you're notified when I do upload new travel content.
I've been living in New York the past 4 years, and I get a ton of questions about city life. Specifically, what is the best way to get around the city? In this New York City travel guide, I made a list of the top ways to get around New York. If you've ever been to New York or you live in the city, share in the comments below your favorite way to get around. Without further ado, here are the best ways to get around New York City. The number one way to get around the city is by bicycle. I have been cycling since I moved to the city. I want to give a shout out to Taiwan Excellence for partnering with me and letting me try out the new folding BIRDY Pacific bike. It's actually really interesting because I've been seeing these bikes all over the city. A little backstory on myself, I used to work a day job for 3 years when I first moved to New York City, and I would ride my bike to work every single day, summer, fall, winter, spring, the whole year.
Here's one bike in. Got it?
After doing some research, before I buy things I like to research, I found out that this bike has won the Taiwan Excellence Award, which is basically the stamp of approval for any product from Taiwan. That was honestly how I found out about this company, was through the research and finding out that they do have a very solid product and a lot of people use them here in the city. One of the biggest issues I had with riding a bike in the city was people stealing my bike and locking it outside. When I first saw the bike, I was wondering how does this thing fold up? Folding time only takes 15 seconds. I have never used a folding bike before, and I was a bit apprehensive, especially because I'm a big guy, but this bike has a very, very rigid structure. In New York, space is a huge issue. A folding bike is perfect for tiny apartments. For the pros of the bike, it's fast, it's efficient, it's a great workout, and on a bike you really get to experience the city. You get to take in the sounds and the people and even sometimes the smells, and you just get a feel of the streets, and you really get your sense of navigation where things are in the city. The only con I can think of is that drivers in New York are pretty crazy, and the bike lanes aren't necessarily the safest. Casey Neistat actually made a video that went viral called Bike Lanes, which showed how unsafe they were. But bikes in New York City, my number one choice. Number two is the subway. The subway goes pretty much everywhere in the New York area. Manhattan, Queens, the Bronx, Brooklyn, Staten Island, and even far up north. The subway pretty much runs like clockwork. Other than the fact that there's lots of delays, which brings us to our cons. The New York City subway is very overpopulated. A pro of the subway, now some people might argue, is the subway is relatively cheap compared to owning a car in the city. A 7-day unlimited pass costs $32, reduced fare $16. A 30-day unlimited pass costs just about $121. Super easy to do. You pay right before at the machine when you get on. You put your credit card in, you select the amount, out pops your card, you jump on the train.
Look here, Louis Miller disappeared here after drawing out his cash.
I've been pretty much around the world. I've been on lots of subways. I have to say, the New York subway is up there with the filthiest public transportations in the whole world. And to be honest, it kind of just smells like shit. Number three is the yellow cab. This is the most iconic way to get around the city. Cruising around in a yellow cab, styling, going to your meeting. I like to use a yellow cab when I have to go to a meeting or a presentation and mentally escape from the chaos that can be New York City, just because there's so many people in this amazing place. There are so many taxis in New York. It is very easy to hail a cab. You just stick your arm up in there, you flag it down, you put whatever you have in the trunk, and you jump in the cab.
Hey, what's up, my man?
It is more expensive than the subway, but you are paying for the price of, privacy and being alone in the cab.
Hello, Erik editing.
The only real con of taking a taxi in New York is traffic. Morning, afternoon, evening, pretty much actually, there's usually always traffic in New York. Depending where you are, traffic can be ridiculous, so the cab might not be your best bet. And if that ever happens and there is traffic, you're better off just walking. Which brings me to the last way to get around New York, walking. There's just something about all the energy and the people on the streets. It's almost magnetic. And when you are on the streets, you are in it. You are in the heart, the beating heart of this city. It's the best way to immerse yourself in the city, to explore new places, and kind of just the people watch. I love the people watch. People watching is hands down one of my favorite activities in the city. I have to say there's no real cons to going for a walk in New York. That's honestly, like I said, one of my favorite things to do. Those are my favorite ways to get around New York City. Again, if you liked the video, if you found it informational, give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend. If you are new to the channel and you want to see more travel content, make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you're notified when I do post new travel content. And I'll see you in the next video, which will be a day in the life New York vlog, a good old-fashioned vlog. I'll see you then. So until then, as always, remember to smile more, worry less, and live your passion.